zone. Shattered remnants. Struggle to get it back.
Hey, this is Tony Tattoo coming at you from the great Kildares Pub in the deep southwest of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This is Wideopenyyc. Our panel today is Miss DJ Kaz.
Hello.
That's right, Boogie Nights Queen. And we got Dan the Rat Man.
Hey, how are you?
And we have Stephanie Shirley Rocker.
Hello. Ex-Shirley Rocker.
Uh-oh. We'll get to that.
That was a very porn star voice.
So anyway.
Dan.
What?
Oh.
Hey.
How did you know how you've seen so much porn that you can categorize a porn male voice from a non-porn male voice?
Well, you know.
I can't believe
Look who I'm married to.
we're only 30 seconds in. I lost control. It's like we're freewheeling people. We're
Yes, who
freewheeling right
introduced me to it?
Hello.
now. Anywho.
Busted. And then I watched The Deuce.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Well, the biggest winter storm in history in Newfoundland, St. John's, where the premier had to declare a state of emergency for 2 weeks. Global warming, my ass!
Holy crap-a-doodle.
You people are fucked up! Fuck off! It's winter! Anybody else?
I'm scared now.
The amount of snow is directly involved in the amount of moisture in the air. The amount of moisture in the air is directly resulted as a influx of the ocean evaporating because the Earth is heating up. Because the Earth is heating up, the ocean is evaporating more, and the lakes are evaporating more, which means there's more moisture in the air, which means more snow can fall. I don't even know if that's true, but it sounds legit.
That was actually a pretty good line of bullshit.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But you know, if a guy in a white lab coat and not a beard said that, you'd be like,
Oh no, you keep the beard because you look very
Professorial.
you look very oceanic, like what are you, Greenpeacey?
Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah, exactly. So you should start a GoFundMe page, I'll tell you what, we can fund this show go a lot further. There you go. All right, let's save the planet. Yeah, one ocean at a time. Harry and Megs are now in Canada. Of course, now we can just call them Harry and Megs. Don't have to go HRH or His Royal Highness or Her Royal Highness or Their Royal Anus or anything, because
I've got a couple of Harry Megs beside my Royal Highness.
Yeah,
Oh.
they had their designation stripped by the Queen. The Queen. She was upset. But I really do believe that it was actually a deflection, because nobody hears about Prince Andrew anymore and what a pedophile he was and how he was friends with Brian Epstein, or whatever the fuck his face is, who never killed himself.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Sorry, Jeffrey Epstein, Brian Epstein, somebody else.
Brian Epstein's music.
Right, Jeffrey Epstein, I'm sorry. We'll edit that out. Seen in Toronto wearing Toronto Maple Leaf jerseys, so already they're off to a shitty start. What do you think?
Who was wearing Toronto Maple Leafs jerseys?
Harry and Megs.
Were they?
Yeah, the
Really?
ex-HRHs.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were in Vancouver, in Victoria. That's what I thought.
They were caught in Toronto first.
Huh.
Dan the Rat Man.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, the only thing I saw this week, I didn't see the Toronto Maple Leafs thing. The only thing I saw was that they were concerned if it was going to be the BC government or if it was going to be the federal government. Who was going to pay for these multi-billionaires' security while they're living in Vancouver? I thought the Vancouver Police Department would do a very good job.
Yeah, me too.
Which is even pissing me off at this point, because they're not Canadian citizens, they're not paying taxes, but they're reaping the benefits of that police department or of the fire department if their $36 million home that they're living in catches on fire. Like, why the fuck are we giving away freebies to these fucking bums who never worked? Well, he worked and she worked, but yeah. But like, they're not, they show up and we're just ready to give them free shit when we have veterans who are freezing on the fucking streets. Like, I don't get it.
That would be Trudeau.
Yeah, that's because that's what we do right now. This existing
Because
government.
they don't want it. They just want to be left alone. It's Trudeau going, oh, well, yeah, this is the way that I can look the best.
It's one step closer to my seat on the UN Council.
Yeah.
My feeling on it is that they want to be financially independent, and they do have the money. I mean, they do have the money to protect, to
Have their own security.
have their own security.
That's right.
I don't think the Canadian taxpayer should be responsible for that at all.
Absolutely not. And like, just to what you were saying, they want to be financially independent. He was like a fucking fighter pilot, wasn't he? And she was what, made like
Actress.
okay.
Yeah,
But
she
like,
made a living playing other people. Yeah.
okay, but like, do they have $36 fucking million in the bank from those jobs?
Well, I know Harry has got at least £20 million, which is almost $40 million
Where's
from
that-
Diana's
Estate.
yes.
Yeah.
Ah, you're not financially independent at all. You're a fucking
Exactly.
trust fund kid.
Well,
Fuck off.
they can pay for their own. What the point is, they can pay for their own security. The Canadian taxpayer shouldn't
Absolutely.
have to pay for it. They should
Absolutely.
hire their
Yeah.
own bodyguards.
They want to be left alone.
Yeah.
They want to be financially
Yeah.
independent. Leave them
Yeah.
alone.
Good on them.
That's
But
the reason why they came here, because like nobody would have recognized them in the street. Nobody,
Like, seriously,
people don't get
leave-
and if they did, nobody would give a shit.
Leave them alone. Let them be human beings like we are. Just leave them alone.
Well, then why'd they announce where they were moving to? I wouldn't
What is
recognize.
it? Isn't that where her family's from?
no, she's from LA.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I wouldn't recognize other than wandering down the streets, but they made it fucking headline news. We're moving to Vancouver. We're
Victoria,
moving
actually.
out of the Buckingham Palace. We're doing like, okay, but you want to live a normal, quiet life, but you can't stop spouting off about every little fucking thing you do.
I think they're going to have a difficult time, to be honest with you. I don't know whether it'll be long-term difficult, but they're going to have a difficult time at the beginning because.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Until it becomes mainstream.
Yeah, and I think my work. I feel terrible for Prince Charles and the Queen, and I've got this feeling that he's going to be lured into this kind of celebrity type culture, and I don't think he's going to like it. I think it's going to get to the point where he's going to end up being unhappy.
Makes
Is
sense.
there a baby a royal?
He's the Queen's grandson, but he hasn't got a title.
That's right.
And they chose Harry and Meghan's. He could have been an Earl of something. I can't remember which one. But Harry and Meghan said they didn't want Archie to have a title.
Is that Gloucester? Gloucester?
Leicester?
Glow?
I don't know. I can't remember which earldom he was going to get. But yeah, I feel like this is just not going to be great long term for Harry. I think Meghan will probably be okay, but
Well, that remains to be seen. Never know. They're kind of resilient people.
yeah.
I got some sad news. Hank Azaria is done doing voiceovers for the Simpsons character Apu, who of course we know is an Indian dots, not feathers, convenience store owner on The Simpsons. And he says he's not doing it because of the backlash of cries of racism or racial profiling. Now,
He's
I
a
wanna-
white man. I understand.
He is, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But he could probably do an East Indian accent like
I
nobody business.
don't know what Hank Azaria's nationality is. I don't know what Azaria is.
I don't know either, but it's not Indian.
Find
I'm
out.
pretty sure. But that being said, is that I defy anybody on the panel or
Peanut gallery.
call it peanut gallery. Have you ever been to a 7-Eleven that was owned by a Caucasian person?
Yeah, any small town in
Back-
rural Alberta and
Back
BC
in the
and Saskatchewan.
70s, yes, I agree with Dan, but back in the 70s, yes.
Hmm.
80s, the Orientals started taking over.
The Orientals. That's all. It's Orientals or
And then the East Indians
East
started
Indians.
taking, this is out east, started taking over in the,
Asian, because Oriental is.
whatever, Asian. Thanks, Dan.
I actually pinpoint it better. It's like Koreans. They got a big convenient. They got a big market on Korean,
Yeah.
convenience store. But my point being is that 7-Eleven. When I did a little bit of research, as I do, because I like to bring a few facts, fun facts. Fun fact is that the 7-Eleven organization is owned by a Japanese conglomerate organization. 50% of the revenue those places make go back to the corporation. 50% of revenue.
Yeah, it's a franchise.
well, it's a franchise.
But also, the thing is that, okay, so by the time you're done paying taxes, you're done paying your business taxes and giving 50% of revenue back to the conglomerate organization, you're pretty much working your own store. Like, you can't afford employees.
That's why they
makes
all
sense.
work their own stores that they own, and
That's why they
job.
have their own, their family members working for them.
That's
That
why,
makes sense.
Yeah.
And everybody's good with that.
Yeah, that's their job. They came here, they bought into a franchise, they realized the margins are too slim at owning one store to just sit back and let other people run it. So they run it themselves, and they're honest, hard-working people who provide you with shitty hot dogs and cheap Slurpees.
Hey, the waves were good.
Hold on. And what would you rather? If they wanted to actually turn a profit and not work it themselves, then they're hiring minimum wage, don't give a fuck teenagers who are going to give you shitty service, and you're going to complain about that. So take the good when you get it.
I do have to say one thing is that the 7-Elevens kept me alive in the 80s. 3 for $1 hot dogs and, you know, the $1
The
fucking
nachos.
hamburgers. Nachos, oh yeah. You go with your hamburgers, you got $1 hamburgers, you go to the nacho station and it's
Been
like,
there, done that.
And yeah, you know, and they instantly regretted, by the way. Absolutely. And we're drunk. I can guarantee that.
But
Mine was
sorry,
usually
back
afterward.
to the original headline. Good for Hank Azaria. It's whether he agrees with it or believes in it is never going to be seen unless you're very close to them. But it's a career move. He could keep doing that, and people are eventually going to create a hashtag big enough and get him fucking fired from the entire show. He does several other characters on the show. He's a multi-millionaire from the show, and I assume he loves doing it. So what? Just cut out the thing that's going to get you in shit. Even if you agree with it or not, play the game, which is what he's doing. That's a good career move. Good for
Well,
him.
I just think that the show, just like South Park, was trying to be all-inclusive. Huh? Timmy! Come on, huh?
Yeah.
It's all-inclusive.
But South Park was written smarter.
True. Hey, so...
He's just being true to himself.
Yeah,
That's-
fair enough. You know, and that's all good.
well,
All kudos.
yeah.
Grammy Awards coming up, and one gram of fuck shall be given. Because I'm looking at the people that are on the Grammy Awards that are up for awards. I've never heard of these people in my life.
Me either.
Who won the very first Grammy for Best Metal Performance?
Metal?
Best Metal Performance, 1989. The very first
Sounds like a
Grammy.
Guess Who. or
No,
something
you know,
like
it's
that.
something ridiculous. And
Metallica.
they were up
Metallica,
against-
I was
they were
gonna
up
say
against
Metallica.
Metallica's And Justice for All was nominated but did not win.
Black Sabbath.
That's because they did it themselves.
Nope.
They produced it themselves as a shitty produced album. I got it. Reeling in the Ears, that band.
No, it was not Steely Dan.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Who was it?
It was Jethro fucking
Oh, Jethro Tull. Yeah.
And it wasn't even Aqualung, like his only decent album. It was just fucking random Jethro Tull.
Yeah, but nobody can caper like Ian Anderson. You know, he wears the green tights and with a flute, and he's like, he capers.
It's pretty
Have you ever
fucking
seen
sweet.
anybody caper?
No.
He's a great caperer.
I don't even know what a caper is.
I thought capers was little things that you put in pasta dishes or on smoked salmon and.
I thought it was in
You eat
some
it.
little
Seriously, yes, they are little things that go on pasta and stuff like that.
I know
Fiesta.
caper. I know caper has other meanings too, but
Yeah,
I was
it means
just.
like
I just
it means
wanted
like
to be a
leaping
dick.
or dancing and capering.
I thought it was a Muppet movie.
Oh my god.
The Muppet Caper.
The Great Muppet Caper.
Pearls amongst swine. Pearls amongst swine. I tell you.
Actually,
Dying.
on the subject of the Grammys, and I think we've all known this for a long time. But at the beginning of the week, I was watching a news snippet about the Grammys, and there was a big hoo-ha. The Grammys are rigged.
There's a big vagina.
Yes, Grammys are.
Hoo-has are called. Never mind.
Grammys are. That's right. The Grammy shows is one big vajayjay.
Yes,
That's what it is. One
the
big
Grammys
vajayjay.
pussy are rigged.
Sorry,
Any thoughts, Dan, right now?
But it was apparently they finally realised. They say the Grammys are rigged
Well, then all the award shows are.
and their pussies.
There was.
I think there's a few swinging dicks in there too.
Dan, what do you think about Aerosmith and their legal battle right now?
I didn't even know Aerosmith was in a legal battle, but all I know is that they're innocent because Steven Tyler's the greatest frontman to ever grab the mic.
Okay, well I got one for you.
I
Have
agree
you
with
ever heard
you.
about this
Brilliant.
news?
No, I didn't hear this
Really?
either. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the drummer from Aerosmith,
Nobody
he had
knows.
An
an
operation.
operation. So and they were getting ready to do the residency or whatever it was, or ready to go into it again or record or whatever the hell they're going to do. And so when he came back to the band, they said, "Well, you know what? We don't know if you're capable, and you're going to have to audition for your own gig."
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So he didn't make the audition
What's been his issue? Why did they want him to audition?
to see if he was physically up to
Because-
doing that bit.
because in
doing his drumming.
What's wrong with him?
I'm not sure exactly what was wrong with him. He had an operation though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had an operation. He might not be physically up to it. There's a lot of money on the line. There's contracts. Unless your name is fucking Don Henley, Phil Collins, Neil Peart, nobody knows who the fuck you are behind the drum kit. Like, nobody really cares. Just keep the beat. And if you can't do that, then, you know.
Well,
yeah, the whole thing is
there-
so he's
there's
taking him to
been
court.
There's
So,
been
go ahead.
many of huge bands that if
Yeah, Peter Criss.
somebody's ill, they kind of replace them for whatever,
Like a
for
substitute.
however long.
Yeah.
Harvey Warren filled in Calgary for Tommy Lee when Motley Crue was here a couple, long time
Long
ago.
time
I think that was their 4th farewell tour. I can't remember.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
they're
the
on
farewell
number 10
tours
now.
That was the greatest gig because he was a bar band drummer,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they gave him the opportunity.
Yeah.
What a thrill.
Yeah. Well, they had a chick
That's
drumming for him
amazing.
too for a while.
Did they?
Yeah, she was that good. She was awesome. She was kick ass. I can't remember her name, but I will actually Google it for next show.
Peanut Gallery wants to weigh in.
No, I'm just saying.
Lay it on us.
Who's going to fill in for Rush if they want to go back?
Oh.
Rush will never play again.
No, I don't think so.
I think that
Rush
didn't
are
they
done.
already retire?
Neil Peart was
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So Ozzy Osbourne is going to be one of the presenters, and we just heard this week that he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, or a variation.
variation.
It's
of
a
it.
bit, there's lots of different diseases within Parkinson's, and he's got Parkinson's 2 or something.
Yeah,
Something
there's
that?
like different stages
Yeah.
of Parkinson's. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, my father had it actually. So
Well, yeah,
I'm,
but like, didn't he announce he had Parkinson's like a couple years ago?
No,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Like I knew
recall.
I knew
no,
he
they
had
announced,
Parkinson's.
they announced some kind of medical problem.
It was like-
he
no,
didn't
no, it was
actually,
like- it
they
was
didn't
like-
actually go and say
It was
it.
like 4 or 5 years ago. He's like, I got early onset Parkinson's, and now he's like, I got Parkinson's, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's got Parkinson's. It's
Are you
like,
getting mixed up with his son having multiple
Yeah, he
sclerosis?
has
no,
MS.
no. I knew Ozzy Osbourne had Parkinson's
Okay.
because this. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is the first.
I don't know
time.
why. I think it's because it was like he's got early onset and now it's like full blown Parkinson's. Like Magic Johnson had HIV and we're still waiting for him to be like it's full blown AIDS now.
But the thing
it's
is,
like,
is
it's
that
never happening.
it doesn't really like it is a disease that takes a long time for it to do anything. I mean, it's like if he's been just diagnosed with it or it was early onset or whatever, he's got a ton of years ahead of him.
Well, I mean,
look at Michael J. Fox.
Muhammad
Yeah,
Ali.
exactly.
Yeah, and he
Michael
lived
J.
with it
Fox
for
is
years.
And
still-
if you've ever watched the show with him
Yeah.
and his son doing the tour, like
Love
there
it.
were, yeah, you could tell that there was something going on. The way he walked,
What show
Yeah.
is this?
Ozzy and Jack's tour, world tour.
world tour.
Yeah.
So him and his son would be going all over the place, but just the way he walks and stuff. I mean, you still can't understand a bloody word that he says, but he sings fantastic.
Yeah.
He
But
took
don't have a conversation with him because you have no idea what
He
he's
took
saying.
acid every day for an entire year when he was in Sabbath,
Yeah.
just to see what would happen.
And here's what happens. Don't do acid.
Well, did you see how he dressed himself when he was with Sabbath? They wouldn't allow him to dress himself anymore.
Hilarious. I saw that.
Yeah, but he
Yes, I posted
he only
that,
had 2
right?
changes of clothes, man, and they had to actually give him money to go out buy sandals because he didn't have shoes.
That was before
couldn't afford
Judas.
it, like-
That was before Rob Halford took the underground like East Village gay leather scene and brought it to metal, and everyone's like, "Yeah, the metal of the Studs, that's metal." and gave metal that whole sheen and
He
look.
meddled it.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no, that
Brilliant.
Rob Halford took that from like
Yeah.
the gay leather clubs and he wore it on stage and everyone's like, yeah, that's metal. And nobody had a clue as to where that actually came from.
Yeah, well, still, it worked for him.
Yeah,
Sure.
and that's why metalheads are all like leather jackets and the studs and stuff like that. And
I've never heard of a
what?
I've never heard of a gay leather club. What are they all about?
Gay and
Tell
leather.
me, Dan.
Gay and leather.
What's a gay leather club?
Well,
Have you been?
not personally, but a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy.
A friend of a friend of a friend's friend
No, I know a guy,
told me
knows a
about
guy.
it.
Do they all look like the village people?
No.
Well, yeah, they had one guy
No.
in the Village People
No,
that
no,
was
no,
wearing,
no,
wearing,
no,
the,
no,
wearing
no.
the gear.
No.
The cop or whatever.
See, I'm young
Or
and
no, sorry, it was the
naive.
other guy.
You can't wear
It-
leather on a construction site.
Cowboy. You know.
Yeah, but there was another guy that had the whole leather
Oh,
fighter routine.
yeah.
Have you ever tried to wear leather
It wasn't the cop,
on
he
a
had the
battleship in the Navy?
There was another guy that had the mustache. He had the whole leather thing going on.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I wasn't.
He had
he-
the whole Rob
he was-
Halford rig.
Yeah, it was
I
the
wasn't into them, Joey.
it was the
Ah.
Indian, the biker,
The
The
policeman?
biker.
the
That was it. The
policeman,
biker. That's the guy who
the
had the
Navy guy,
Yeah.
and the construction worker.
Yeah.
And they want you. They want you. They
They
want
want
you
you,
as the new recruit. Yeah.
That's an act.
Macho man.
I wanna be.
I
need more
wanna
beer.
be a macho man.
Well, that's it for me. What do you got now?
Entertainment news.
Yeah. it's,
I just wanted to, actually the Peanut Gallery and I just want to wish all our Scottish friends a happy Robert Burns Day. And yes, Dan is...
Robert Burns.
Got my Bowmore going here.
My husband's part Scottish and he had no clue.
I love the island scotch.
Obviously not the one with the brain.
I like my Scotch smoky and peaty. I like the island stuff.
Yes, well, I have
He's
something
Scottish
here for
and
you
Italian.
too.
Hey, look, we got chocolates.
We have some single malt Scotch in dark chocolate.
Shotgun Oban.
Hey, we drove up that whole road when we went to Scotland.
Oh, we went past all
It was
the...
amazing.
We
Because
went-
we went past there was,
Yes, I will.
there was like Oban, Talisker, yeah.
Oban.
they're like-
Oban.
Aben.
We don't do Oban. Oban.
Aben.
So we're all gonna do a shot to celebrate the fabulous poet
Yummy.
and his contribution to Scottish
look at
culture.
I do have a question because being Irish, you know, we talk about St. Paddy's Day. So Robbie Burns Day, I asked the Peanut Gallery today, so why is he so great? Why do we celebrate this day? Well, he was a poet.
We didn't even know
Anybody
it.
know one fucking poem of his
Old Lang Syne.
besides Cash?
Was he the rhyme of the ancient
She's
mariner?
Scottish. What do you say? The rhyme
Some
of
hay
the-
meat that cannot eat. And this is the one, this is the prayer, the poem prayer that they do at the Robbie Burns dinner. Some hay meat that cannot eat.
That almost hit you right in the face.
Hey, did you see?
Won't be the first time.
Bill and Corinne, they went to the Robbie Burns dinner last night.
Yeah.
They had the fucking bagpipers.
Oh, they do.
And
This
everything.
is what I was going to say. It's such a big deal, you know. And there's a few going on in Calgary tonight.
Where's yours?
Lagavulin.
And
Oh,
try one to Sandra and Dave.
No, I don't want one. Thank you.
Here you go, love.
Hey, if
no,
I
no,
have to do one, you have to do one.
No, no.
Yeah,
Let's-
you
You can't make me.
do. Oh, you want to make a bet?
Okay,
I used to dance every Robbie Burns Day.
Yes.
Not
Were you
that
drunk?
dancing. No, Highland dancing.
Yeah.
drunk.
No.
The proper Highland fling, and amongst
How
other
did you do that?
You were
things.
supposed to cheers.
Doesn't mean you can't be drunk.
But anywho, there's a few places in Calgary tonight that are actually having a Robbie Burns dinner, and it's quite the event, actually, Dave. In answer to your question,
Yeah, I was
because
watching the videos from Bill.
a lot of his poems.
cool.
He was an amazing poet, but a lot of his poems are quite naughty and saucy as well. Yeah.
Right.
My dad.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
I love my kids.
Sorry, man.
And I remember
Tastes like chocolate and scotch.
What I wanted to do was bring haggis in, but I thought there might be a few people that might throw up, so I didn't do that. So that's why I bought the chocolate and
I'm
the whiskey
surprised Dan didn't
instead.
challenge me to a haggis cook-off.
Oh!
That would be a good cook-off to challenge you.
You couldn't find
No, you couldn't find that on
You
Stupid
gotta find
Dishes.
it on All you'd have to do is go to the British pantry and get it in a can. I know. Yeah.
That sounds yummy.
But yes, Robert Burns' best known work is Auld Lang Syne, believe it or not, if you didn't know that.
I didn't.
But they'll start the dinner. I mean, there'll be a lot of Scotch whiskey, obviously, throughout the whole night. But they start the dinner with like a soup, a Scottish soup, like Scotch broth, which my grandma used to make. Absolutely amazing. Google it. Google it. Make it. It's fantastic.
Hot watered down Scotch.
Sounds yummy.
Soup's really good.
And then they.
Very good Scottish, Dan.
Don't you have
You sound like my cousins.
I'm scared I'm gonna get
So
hopped
what's a
on.
Scottish tongue twister?
It's a brobrecht moonlicht nicht the nicht says Mrs. Recht to her doctor. My grandma taught me that.
What
Which
the hell?
means it's a beautiful bright moonlight night to night, says Mrs. Wright to her daughter. So anyway, after the soup,
There was a lot of hacking going on.
Scottish people do talk like that, especially when they've had a few whiskies. It's
Can't wait
"It's a
till
brobrecht."
can't wait till your relatives see the show.
Is there a lot of
But,
spitting going on, Cass?
Sorry, our relatives.
What's that?
A lot of spitting going on in conversing with Scotch people?
Scottish.
No, it's a more,
Yes.
it's a more throat guttural thing. So you don't get the gob coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand them more when they've had a few to drink.
That's interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
it is interesting because when we went for for Kaz's brother's wedding, I got of course I got stuck with well, I didn't get stuck. I'm sorry. I gotta rephrase that. I was lucky enough to be sitting with a Scottish contingent. No, really.
My dad and his brothers.
And seriously, man, when I first started conversing and stuff like that, I couldn't understand a fucking word they were saying, and it was just like, and all of a sudden we were drinking, beers, and then we were drinking a shot of scotch, and then beer and shot of scotch, and then all of a sudden I could understand them. It was like, and they could be telling me I was a complete fucking cunt. And I'd be smiling away going, yes, I am a fucking cunt. Yes, sir.
So why could you understand them, the drunker you guys got?
Because it's drunkies. It's drunkies.
Actually,
you match them?
I think they slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Slow down a
Yeah, because when
probably it.
it's they do.
Still,
talk like-
still, it's one of the greatest stories in I'll ever remember.
You loved it, and then
I did.
my Scottish auntie,
No.
who gave you the 3rd degree. That was fun, and she'd had a few drinks.
Oh
It
yeah, she was like,
"What are your intentions
What are
to
your
my niece?"
intentions to my niece? And I was like, I love her. Really, I do. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here now.
Can I go now?
So anyway, after the appetizer soup, it's either Scotch broth or cockaliki.
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 There's a lot of
There's a
cock
soup
going
name
on.
right there.
Then they pipe in the haggis,
I'm
don't
gonna
they,
have some cock
Sandra?
soup.
They pipe
Cock
in the
soup.
haggis, which,
Sounds yummy.
if you do not know, is made of sheep's heart, liver, and lungs. It is minced with onions, oatmeal, suet, spices, and salt, mixed with stock. Suet.
Sewage.
I just had
Pretty
a whiskey
much,
shot.
Same thing.
And traditionally, they don't do it so much now. I'm sure they do at the Burns night, but traditionally, it's encased in a sheep's stomach and
So
cooked.
do they eat any of the rest of the sheep, or do they just do that?
Just that.
So the rest of it they throw away?
No, they give it to the peasants.
They probably knit a woolly coat.
No, I'm talking about the meat,
All the good parts.
I know.
Mutton.
Right, mutton, but
That
so
goes into the Scotch broth for the starter.
sounds goody.
And then it's like a whiskey trifle. There's a theme here.
Lovely.
Haggis and whiskey. And then oat cakes. I love oat cakes. Do you love oat cakes? Yeah.
I'm gonna puke.
Stephanie over here keeps doing
Stephanie's loving this segment. But
And they
then,
have mac and cheese. It's
and
very
lots
fucking-
Lots of scotch.
And lots of
I'd be doing
You would
a
love
lot
it.
of drinking, not
Bagpipes being played
bagpipes
beautifully.
are awesome.
and pilots.
They're played great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of that going on tonight. And
We
I
had a
just
story
wanted to
where-
wish everyone a great Burns Day and Burns Night, and so did Sandra. Yes.
Cheers.
I'll be doing my plane tonight.
Yes.
A quick funny story about bagpiping. DJ Kaz she was doing a gig at in Cayman at one of the clubs, and so these guys came rolling in, drunk as fuck, and one guy had the bagpipes, and he came in, and they had to make a big deal about her stopping so he could play whatever the fuck he was playing, and it fucking was horrible. Like they were drunk, he was drunk, and it said, you know what? That was the best version of Dog's Bollocks I've ever heard. Because that's what it sounded like. It
So
sounded
I-
like
so-
Dog's Bollocks.
So, in other words, playing a cat would have sounded better.
Sure. Oh yeah.
You
yeah,
can only
yeah.
play a cat once.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
hey,
Yeah.
If the bagpipes are played properly,
properly.
it's beautiful.
And it's the
They're
hardest
played-
instrument in the world to play.
What was that guy's name? It was McQuaig. McQuaig. Do you remember McQuaig? Not Quaid. McQuaig.
No.
He used to play bagpipes but he did it in a rock version.
another one of those
He was a bar band in Edmonton.
Dennis
Oh,
Quaid.
okay.
No,
Randy Quaid.
not Quaid.
McQuaid.
Quaid
Mc-
Lou.
Oh, Quaig.
McQuaig.
Quig?
Oh.
No, don't remember.
He was awesome because he would
I
do
know, I
a
want
rock
one.
version of bagpipes. and it
Nummy
was
nummy.
killer.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Dan the Rat Man. What do you
Sports news with Dan Rantman, Calgary FC. It's been a long off season, but we got some news. We signed Jair Cordova. He's coming up out of South America. I think this is going to be a good replacement because from what I'm hearing, Dominic Malongo is no longer going to be with us. Apparently, he might have transferred to a Chinese club. We don't know
Really?
officially yet, but the big news is that Joel Waterman has been a permanent transfer to Montreal Impact. Kaz, what's a permanent transfer? How does that work in footy?
Well, I don't know how it works here, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. You know, you pay a certain amount of money and they get transferred, and that's it. They're gone.
So instead of trading like in North American sports, where I give you a player or some draft picks, and you give me a player
Yeah.
or some draft picks, you give me money for my player,
Yeah.
and he goes,
Yeah.
okay. So that's how a permanent transfer works
Yep.
in the world of soccer. And Joel Waterman is the first out of our Canadian Premier League to be a full permanent transfer up to a higher league. He's going to play for Montreal Impact of the MLS. They played each other twice this past year in the Canada Cup, and I think that's where that was born out of. This is great news, not only for Joel, but also for our league. It shows that you can come here, you will get noticed, and if you play, you can get picked up and give yourself an opportunity to be making more money in a higher league.
Nice.
So we didn't. When Malonga went to.
I don't know if that's confirmed or not. This is just rumor and innuendo if Malonga is
Okay, so
off
we
to
don't.
China.
So that's the one that was the permanent transfer, or the Waterman?
No, Waterman is
Waterman.
Waterman
So-
is the permanent transfer up to Montreal.
Okay, and sometimes a permanent transfer can include a player as well as money, but you haven't heard that.
No.
Okay, so it's probably just money then.
it's just money. Allegedly,
Yeah.
like 97,000 or something.
You have
Okay.
an issue with that?
Yes. Looks like somebody tried to take a bite out of it with the foil still on.
What else we got?
Mine looks too.
It's Super Bowl next week. We got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I myself am hosting a bit of
Thank God New England is not in it.
Yeah, we're all very happy. Tom Brady, second dick, beat it. I don't care about you.
Thank fucking God.
And here we are. So I love hosting a Super Bowl party. I love cooking and making kind of themes.
Chicken wings?
For no, not necessarily chicken wings. I like making kind of theme things. So Kansas City's in this one, so I'll be making some Kansas City style baby back ribs. San Francisco's also in it. They love their sourdough and clam chowder and stuff like that. They're a team from the Bay, the only team from the Bay now, because my Raiders have moved to Las Vegas. So I'll be doing a clam chowder with some sourdough pieces.
Rewind, your Raiders moved where?
Vegas.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, have you not seen this? Okay, yeah, the Oakland Raiders are no longer the Oakland Raiders, they're now the Las Vegas Raiders. The stadium's right behind the
Really?
Luxor in Mandalay Bay. It's beautiful. Allegiant Stadium is like a $2.4 billion stadium. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's air conditioned.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Anyway, Super Bowl parties. What do you like to see on the spread? If you were hosting one, what do you like to do?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. You just want a big tub of peanut butter.
Spread.
Okay.
Spread out.
Perfect.
Canola oil and saran wrap.
Canola oil and saran wrap.
Why
You're gonna
not?
dip your chips in some canola oil and
No,
saran wrap.
I'm just gonna have fun.
Okay. Super Bowl.
Nachos.
Nachos. Nachos are a key. How do you make yours?
Nachos are awesome.
I actually haven't done nachos. I normally do a chili on Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah.
Some like corn chips in there and shit?
Yeah.
Seven
Yeah.
layer dip.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
in a 7-layer dip? What's the first layer? Trick question, what's the third layer?
Third layer? Third layer, it'd be sour cream.
Do you go like hot to cold or cold to hot?
Cold to hot.
Cold to hot, so cold at the bottom.
Yep.
Don't forget Sex in the Pan. Oh.
Who?
Sex in the Pan.
What's sex in a pan?
You dip your
Chocolate.
hoo-ha. You dip your hoo-ha in it.
That would be a vagina. Ooh. Vagina.
That JJ.
Your hoo-ha
See,
in
chocolate.
important health tip, don't dip your vagina in anything. That's how yeast infections happen.
That would be like a
Makes everything
Although-
tasty.
If I am making sourdough,
They got canasta for that.
Hasn't got any better since I left.
I know, I'm finished.
It just
that's
goes down,
our sports this week with Dan.
He's doing pistols. Look at that.
What do you
And
actually?
hoo-has and vaginas.
What is? Oh, chocolate. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it's chocolate. Sex in the Pan is chocolate. A lot of chocolate.
Oh boy.
Way better than sex.
So we got 7-layer
So
chocolate.
much yelling today.
Well, I thought it was some kind of, you know,
It's been that
They
kind
tell
of
Just
you
week.
because I
might.
started out with the canola oil and the saran wrap.
As far as the yelling, it's been that kind of week. I haven't yelled once this week.
what do you like on Super Bowl? Because you like, I mean, I make the chili most of the time, don't I? And I put the sour cream and the tortilla chips. And
Actually, I'd like to do something different. Do our own little tailgate of, we got a barbecue on the balcony.
Okay.
Yeah, do our little tailgate. Do some, smokies and fucking do that.
Ooh.
Sauerkraut, whatever the hell,
Nice.
Might have to have you over next Sunday.
Oh.
You can come too, as long as you stop talking about fucking vaginas. It's Super Bowl Sunday, we're gonna be watching football. No
Hoo-ha.
vagina talks, unless you call one of the players a vagina. In which case, that's funny.
Vagina.
A hoo-ha in a pan.
How many edibles did you take before the show?
None.
It's the whiskey.
I just got over
Crappy.
like that
Crappy
horrible,
Wednesday.
horrible flu. So
Yeah, how long do you have that, Dora?
it was 3
Top
weeks.
off and drank it.
Yeah.
One more sports news. The WWE Royal Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view event of the year, is tomorrow. And it also ties into your Bobby Brown Day. There's a Scottish guy.
Robert Burns.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Burns.
Bobby Brown
Yeah,
is cracked.
Ricky baby.
So Bob Burns is saying, and tomorrow night we got the Royal Rumble, and Scottish psychopath McIntyre. He's gonna give a Claymore, and he's gonna win the Rumble. He's gonna go to WrestleMania.
Ooh, a Scottish porn star.
It's not bad. By the way,
Did you even see it?
going
Very-
along with the pugilism and that type of talk, Conor McGregor's back in the mix again.
Yep.
Did it extremely. You know what? And
Fuck Conor McGregor.
He was very professional, actually, Dan.
I'm sorry.
Did you
man.
watch it?
What? He was very professional.
Yeah,
And he was throwing fucking dollies at buses.
Yeah.
At guys he literally could have fought, and then it was like waited until they got on the bus and then threw a temper tantrum. Guy's a
Yeah, but he's over that.
He's a pro wrestler. He's a pro wrestler. He's the only reason you know who he is
He
because
took
of his
out-
fucking annex in his fucking mouth.
He took out one of the most skilled MMA fighters.
Donald Cerrone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cowboy
More
Cerrone.
losses than anybody else in UFC history.
He took him out.
Literally verbatim, the biggest loser in
20
UFC
seconds.
history.
20
He beat the guy
seconds.
who's been beat more than anybody else
20 fucking seconds.
because he's also won more than anybody else.
He didn't
Give me
come
an A
in.
or give me an F, and he gave me an F.
Well, the whole thing is that McGregor just pulled off a bizarre move that nobody's ever seen before. You know, you're in a clinch, and all of a sudden you're fucking
Shoulder.
You're coming up from the bottom and shouldering the guy in the
They were,
face and
they were,
breaking his
they,
nose.
they were
It's
doing,
just like-
they were doing that in the 90s, man.
in wrestling,
In MMA.
in MMA.
Yeah.
Well, he used
not know
it within 40 seconds of that fight.
Yeah, one
and
kick
it
to the
killed
head.
him.
Don't get me wrong. Great fighter. Great fighter. One of the best all time. But I just fucking hate how goddamn annoying he is.
Well, look,
That's because he's Irish.
Dan,
Oh,
Dan.
he's socking old people. Like, did you not see the video?
Yes,
where
he's
he's
brilliant.
punched. Where he
The old
punched.
guy didn't fucking even winch. He just
Where he punched
sat
the old
there.
guy at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wouldn't drink his whiskey.
Yeah. Hey,
The old guy
drink
just
some of
sat
my
there.
whiskey. And he said, no, thank you. And he's a trained MMA fighter.
That was his dad.
He punched him in the fucking
That was
head.
his dad. It was set up.
Punched an old guy in the head. Did it?
No, I made it up. I'm Irish.
Yeah, which would never hurt anybody if you punch him in the head.
He fucking punched an old guy in the head.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, it didn't hurt him.
no.
And you guys are just saying his phrases.
No,
He's
no,
a
no, no.
fucking coward.
Nobody condones that kind of behavior. I'm talking about the way he composed himself for that fight.
Particular point.
He
on
came.
that.
He didn't do the you know,
He didn't do the
the
billionaire
walk.
walk.
He came in. He got ready for the
never seen
ring.
the
Went
billionaire
in.
Did you not see the
He
weigh-in?
actually. I didn't see the way in.
Yeah,
No, was
exactly.
he an idiot?
Oh, he's a fucking tool.
That's pretty good actually.
But he actually, before the fight started, he touched gloves with, or touched fists, whatever, with. No, they have the half glove, don't they? The fingerless thing. And
So you can grab it.
and he just went to town. He went and did his business. There was no hoo-ha.
Which by the by,
There's no
all you lead guitarists out there that could barely play lead guitar, use the fingerless boxing gloves because you'll sound better.
Speaking of lead guitarists and bass players, if you want to play with Miss Vagina herself,
Shirley Rocker? Oh, sorry. She retired.
Not part of Shirley Rocker anymore.
No, she knows where her band is, but no.
They decided not to play anymore. The guitar player quit, and then the bass player decided to take the easy route and decided to go with another band, which is one of his buddies.
I'll play drums for you.
You tell him that.
Tim's her husband.
Are you going to see Party
Yeah,
Hawk
that'd be
tonight?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
As long as Tim's feeling well, yeah, I
Yeah.
want to go see him.
He's a
So
little
yeah, you
tired
guys
out
want to
Party Hog, by the way. Mike Braniff,
Mugs.
Party Hog. He's, what does he play?
Mugs Pub.
Mugs Pub. We're giving you the shout out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Wherever Mugs Pub
what's
is.
that?
It is off of 17th. It's
It's right behind Morgan's.
Sure.
It's a block behind
Why aren't we
Morgan's.
going?
Sure.
Because I didn't know about it until she told me.
I found out a couple of weeks ago.
I didn't
so-
find out until the JJ told me.
The JJ.
Actually, we need to edit that. If we're gonna say Mugs Pub, we should know where the fuck it is.
Mugs Pub is just off of 17th Ave on 14th Street.
Okay.
Cool.
Google Maps works.
It's a block.
Had we known about it sooner before
It's a block.
getting into
yeah,
inviting?
It's a block north.
Oh, by the way, no, we can't go anyway because we have a
block
youngin.
north of.
Got a youngin at home.
Yeah, you got a youngin.
Yeah, we got a baby. We got a baby pug, fucking identifying as a velociraptor.
They all do.
I've never seen an animal run 8 directions at once. In one. Yeah, it'd be like sitting on your lap, right? She'd be like fucking, and all of a sudden like.
She loves
Like she's
chins and
fast.
toes.
Yeah, she's fast.
Oh dear.
Anybody else got anything? Shirley Rocker? Stephanie?
She's not with Shirley Rocker anymore,
What's
apparently.
spitting on me?
I already told you we're just looking
just did it
for
again.
an awesome guitar player, an awesome bass player that has no ego, just wants to play and love music.
But you settle for a mediocre bass player?
Absolutely, whatever works.
I'm in. How hard can it be? There's only 4 strings.
Well,
Bass
you know.
player jokes.
Oh.
boy.
So yeah, so give me a shout. Just either here on Wide Open YYC or on my Facebook page, by all means.
All right, on behalf of the panel, this has been Tony Tattoo coming at you, the wonderful Kildares Pub. But join us, Wide Open YYC, but join us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
YouTube.
and well, you watch it on
Duh.
YouTube, because that's the only place you can watch it is on YouTube. That's right. That's it. That's all I got. Peace out.
Vagina.
Ooh-ah.
Keep it between ditches.
Sex in a pen.
Give somebody a hug.
Huh?
Just be nice to somebody. Give them a hug.
Yeah, be nice to somebody. Give a hug.
And keep it between the ditches.
Said that already. Vagina.
Hug a vagina.